Sorry about this. So Nitin Gupta is saying, I have a website. How can I connect my website to GlobalLinker? If you have created your website from GlobalLinker, I'll show you next how you can do that. It would already be linked to GlobalLinker. But if you have made it outside of GlobalLinker, then you'll have to update your catalog over here as well. Sorry about that. Hi, sorry for the delay in starting the live stream service. It started now, and I'm sharing my screen once more. It had discontinued. Y'all can raise a thumbs up if y'all, have any questions or anything. Please answer over there. It just helped me understand the tone of what you are thinking and what you're doing. Uh, I hope you can see my screen. That's me. My name is Nafisa Seetwala. I'll reply again. And yeah, we'll get started. What you need to, sorry, I've opened the wrong webinar. My screen visible? Can you please give a thumbs up to let me know if you can see my screen now? The the new PPT. Yes, thank you. Okay. So what we're going to discuss in this webinar is one, now that you're on GlobalLinker, maybe you already have an account or you do not have an account. If you do not have an account, please create an account on GlobalLinker. And once you create an account on GlobalLinker, these are the things which you should be doing so that one, you can make the most out of the platform. Why would you be making the most out of your platform is to grow your business so that you can get more exposure, you get more discoverability, so you get seen by more people on the platform and even outside the platform. This is why this is the tools which GlobalLinker will give you to help you do that. So we'll help you identify and be visible on sales channels that are relevant to you. We'll show you examples of good and powerful product catalogs which you can use, and maybe you can take inspiration from that and build your catalog as well. What are the sales channels which we were talking about? And we'll just go into checklists and how you can get yourself listed on those sales channels, which are essentially the GlobalLinker marketplace, an e-commerce store for yourself, which you can create as well. You can also plug yourself onto the ONDC network in case you're looking to join ONDC as well, be a part of the ONDC seller network and a part of Indian Business Portal as well. And obviously, the most important one, how can you manage your catalog so that it can be displayed over here? We'll just run past that. And you can also search and look for other products. So if you have any, if you also have any requirement, you can look for them on GlobalLinker itself, because there are other sellers who may be also meeting your requirement too. I'll also share some resources which you can use, not only on GlobalLinker, but also to maybe help you run an online business for yourself. And we'll switch to a Q&A session so that you can ask any questions you have. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask them right now itself, or even during the course of my conversation. I hope my presentation is now visible. I'm moving to the next. Deepavali, if you can just add your question. Okay, sorry. I'll reshare. Give me a moment. Extremely sorry for these inconveniences. Now is my screen visible? Please raise a hand if you all can. You all can let me know. My screen is visible now. Thank you, and I'm really sorry about this. So we just went through the contents of what we would be discussing in the webinar, which was this, and I'm moving on to the next session. And I'll just walk you through the seller to how you will be accessing the GlobalLinker platform. Obviously, how many of you all have already created an account on GlobalLinker? If you all can just say a yes or a no. Okay, many of you all have did say yes. So that's great. Welcome to the GlobalLinker platform. And as I've given the introduction, the other things which you can do. One is primarily your product catalog is of primary focus. Second is there's also a community angle where you can connect and network with other SMEs, which I will now show you briefly. As you would have created your account on GlobalLinker, you can see over here that whenever you log into your account over here, you would be coming across a timeline where one, you can see a lot of suppliers are getting noticed over here and they're getting spotlighted, as we call it a supplier spotlight. So they have met certain requirements, their catalogs are complete, and they get noticed over here. So they get more preference. Maybe you can also update your profile and meet the requirements to make sure that you also get noticed over here. Second is you can start connecting with the community as well by doing this. So there are several posts which are posted by a lot of members who are sharing their products and a lot of other things which you can see as well over here. Many members are posting about what they do. Maybe they want to connect with others, explore some opportunity. Use the timeline to do that as well. Please do ask your questions in the Q&A session, Mr. Mohammed, so that we can respond to you later. And yeah, so use this, to connect and more so collaborate with other SMEs. Say anything that if you have any questions, you can ask them over here as well. Your own business questions too. You can also access resources over here on the top where you can access articles, discussions. You can be a part of groups. You can also join and you can see what events are coming across, which are organized by you, SMEs like you, and even our team, where we do a lot of training sessions, etc. You can be a part there also, and you can also access offers. Now, this is in brief on how you can actually network with the community. You can also send connection requests to different community members who are there if you think they are, adding value to you, and you can have some good partnership with them as a supplier or even as a peer or even to share knowledge. Maybe you can connect with them in that case and take the discussion ahead. So with everyone, maybe you can, just send a connection request. So just as an example, if you can see, I put my mouse on Zeal Herbs India, and I can actually see their business card, and I can also go and see their profile as well over here. When I click on the Zeal Herbs India, their profile actually comes up, and I'm just waiting for it to open so that you can view the profile. Yeah. Whatever you add over here, even if you add it in your profile will also be visible to somebody like this as well. So make sure that you update your profile, add a description, add enough of information which can add value to the person who's viewing your profile and knowing more about you. Maybe you would already be having a digital profile online. You may be having your own website as well. But when you are on any particular platform, be it GlobalLinker or any other business platform, either it's network for networking or even for as a marketplace, etc., make sure that your profile gives adequate information, because apart from seeing your product information, your profile also adds a lot of weight in making a buying decision as well. So as you see, if I wanted to review this particular company's products, I would also read who they are, where are they based from, how many offices do they have, if they are a business and a legally verified business, etc. All of that are checklists in my mind that I would use so that it gives me confidence to start a transaction discussion with them as well. So the same applies for you as well. For a business, you should make sure that you update your profile. Updating your profile is pretty simple. You go over here on the top right, if my screen is still visible. I'm assuming my screen is visible, and you click on edit over here, and you will come to a place where you can add a lot of information like your banner, your logo, description about yourself, and your catalog. Everything is visible. You can add all of this information, your licenses, certifications, and all of this. Now, moving to the main part, while your profile is adding weight to a conversation which you would be having, or even when this comes up in search, you can also, your catalog becomes of primary importance. So you need to understand why your catalog becomes, you need to have a good updated catalog. Moving on to this. So over here on Global Linker, we are just helping you to get discovered. One, by way of your making your business profile get noticed. Second, by making sure that your catalog also gets noticed. And how? I'll show you that. Yeah. These are the sales channels which you can actually use to display your catalog in various places. So Global Linker helps your catalog gets displayed in 4 places currently. One is the Global Linker marketplace. Second is you can update your catalog into an e-commerce store, which can be an inquiry-based e-commerce store, and or it can also be a it can be a purchase e-commerce store as well. You can also plug your catalog onto ONDC. Or you can also get registered on the Indian Business Portal. I'm sorry, Mr. Nitin, are you trying to say you cannot see the presentation? Okay, I'll continue. Thanks. Let's see how your catalog, how can you start building a nice, strong catalog? One, here is one example of a profile which we have picked over here, which is there on Global Linker. So, Mr. Nitin, if you don't mind, if you can exit and read this, or you can minimize your window and just try doing that. Maybe you would be able to see the screen because others are able to see it. Thank you. So your product catalog can, adds a lot of weight to your profile and your business profile online. Make sure that the products you're adding, let's take an example of this particular profile. When I'm reviewing this particular profile, there are certain things that catch my eye and make it easy for me to make a business decision to start a conversation with them. What could it be? I'm just pointing them out for you as well. Because these are all learning opportunities for you, which you should apply it in your business practices when you are creating or you are updating your online business profile. One of them is, yes, clear and sharp photos. So if you see the Makaria Electricals into electrical and electronics, and they are doing more of B2B, electrical pumps, etc., and motors, and very simple, very nice, clear pictures, nice, simple names as well. So no complicated ones, and also, to the point, very simple for the buyer to understand. There are certain descriptions which help me understand what I'll move to the next one. Yeah. So when I click on that particular preview, so my catalog is shown as a preview on my profile. I click on it and I can see much more information about that one product which I would like to know about. So I can see some ratings. I can see that I can request a quote. I cannot buy it because it's a B2B product. And I can simply request a quote, or maybe I can ask for an inquiry over there. Availability, more detail about that particular product. So again, it helps me decide whether this would add to my business or no, or it is suitable for me or no, etc. I'll continue, Nitin, and it's more in line with what we're saying. We'll pick it up in the Q&A session if that's okay with you. The second is another product which is there, which is more into matchboxes, and they are again a B2B business, very nicely displayed product. And if you see over here, their product is also, into say matchboxes, but very nice, clear pictures. We understand very clearly as a buyer what is the measurement, the name of the product is conveying exactly what it wants. And if it can direct me as well to view more information about it. Here I can see much more information about that product over here. So you can see what is the minimum order quantity, if it's accepting small orders, only inquiry, so there is no cart. I cannot make a purchase over here because they are a B2B business. So you should also ensure that you are adding enough of information about your products onto your, wherever you're adding your product information, so that the buyer is able to make that decision to connect with you on it. A simple start of an inquiry. So, when we say, many a time we say that I have added my product on the platform, लेकिन मुझे कुछ inquiry अभी तक आया नहीं है. Why could it be? One of the reasons is one of the biggest reasons we have identified and seen is that product information is not sufficient for the buyer to make a decision and start an inquiry conversation. Maybe a lot of buyers are coming to your page, but if your product photos are not very clear, if your product titles don't convey the right message, your product description is not giving enough information about what specifications are there, etc., description about its use, its benefits, then a buyer would likely drop off. I'll give you an example, a very clear example. If I go to a marketplace for a B2C purchase, like for example, I want to buy a coloring book or I would like to buy a purse. In that case, if I go to any website and I just see some very okay pictures, or the pictures are very grainy, I'm not able to see what is inside. It is, how many pockets are there? How big is it? There are no measurements given. I'm likely not even going to stay on that page, and I might go to another product which is displayed, which has all of that information so that I can make that purchase. The same would apply to any product that is displayed anywhere. So it's not only on GlobalLinker, but even over here, you need to know that you have to have the right product information added. So by adding product information, moving to the next point, what is the product information I need to add over here? I've just clicked over here to show you that this is an actual website which the member has converted. And you can see that the member has added a lot of information over here. So if, coming back, sorry. So what are the essentials that you need to ensure that you're having it on your product? This. So one is you need to have this enough product information, which is you need to have clear and sharp product images, simple descriptions which convey the benefit and the correct specifications, the right amount of information like specifications, descriptions, etc., which are there. So good amount of detail about it. So it should highlight your key benefits, your USPs. Do write them in bullet points, because paragraph writing, people don't really, like to read about it, and see that you have reviews and ratings also by others of your customers. So it can help decide as well. You also know that we also rely a lot on that to make a decision as well. Second is, obviously, the idea of being online is that you get discovered. The idea of being online is you get discovered not only on GlobalLinker, but even on the web, on Google, etc. For that, you need to be SEO ready. Your product information has to be SEO ready. So for that, you need to ensure that your titles, descriptions are having keywords which have SEO ready, which have those SEO friendly keywords, etc. The product information, many in almost all the marketplaces and even on GlobalLinker, they have the provision for you to add SEO related information about that product, so that whenever there's a Google search also happening, your product shows up. Do note that your catalog on GlobalLinker is available for search on the web as well. You can get buyer inquiries even directly originating from the web also. Creating your catalog on GlobalLinker is not limited to seeing your business profiles only on GlobalLinker. So it doesn't mean, while there are already 450,000 SMEs, more than that, registered worldwide on GlobalLinker, you have the opportunity to connect with them. They also have the opportunity of reaching out to you. However, your product information, your product catalog is displayed not only here but on the web as well. So if I search for, say, helmets, and you are providing helmets, and your product description is SEO friendly, etc., it can show up in Google search as well. So just would like to leave you with that train of thought that your catalog is actually an open catalog, and it's also shareable with everyone in your network. You would get a link to share your profile and your catalog, and you can share that with your existing clients and suppliers as well. The benefit of having a catalog online is, one, it becomes interactive. So, if you see over here, I'm just going back. I'm just going back over here. If you notice over here, I can, I have the opportunity of putting a nice summary. The second is my catalog becomes interactive. So if I click on view over here, I actually come to a full page where I can see there are a lot of description, etc. is added. I can directly send an inquiry. So a person who's seeing my catalog even at 12 o'clock in the night, he can send me the inquiry. My business needs not have to be physically open for somebody to come and see it. And the best part about it, my catalog is available all over the world already. I'm sitting in in my city over here in my office, but my catalog is doing my work for me. It's available 24/7. All you need to do is make sure that your catalog is updated. It is showing the right information at the right time. So any outdated products need to be removed, any new products need to be added, etc. Any product descriptions that need to be optimized or added, you need to do all of that. Make sure that your catalog stays relevant at all times. For that, maybe you can do it yourself, or if you have your team members, you can train them to do this yourself, do this as well for you. It's actually you're just keeping one resource, and you're just upskilling somebody in your organization to help you manage your online catalog. Moving on to the sales channel, that where else we were talking about where can I show my catalog. The first channel which you can show your catalog is on GlobalLinker marketplace, which is this. So GlobalLinker, all SMEs have an opportunity of showing their products on the GlobalLinker marketplace, which we manage, and we help. The GlobalLinker marketplace helps your products gets discovered. That's where I was focusing on SEO, readability, having your meta titles, etc., in place, because that's where you could be getting inquiries, for. So just as an example, I'm just moving here. Yeah. If you can see my screen, I've switched to another window and I'm opening the GlobalLinker marketplace, the screenshot which I was showing you. And here is the GlobalLinker marketplace where you can actually see a lot of products by lots of SMEs are displayed over here, visible, and people can actually start sending inquiries directly. So you can get inquiries from here. This is one of your sales channels. To be listed on the GlobalLinker marketplace, this is the checklist. One, you've already added your products to the catalog, so that is already done. You need to do, you may have to complete a couple of more, requirements to get listed on the GlobalLinker marketplace as well. So one is you need to visit GlobalLinker under sales channels. So in your seller panel, there are sales channels, and GlobalLinker marketplace will be mentioned over there. You assign or edit a GlobalLinker category. So you'll have to map your categories to your products, etc. That my product is agriculture and agri produce, or it's into seeds, etc. Once you give those categories, then your product goes for verification. If there are any other things which are not mentioned, like there's certain other requirements like adding product descriptions, I'm saying images are not there, you will have to add all of that, and then your product goes for verification. Once your product is verified that yes, it can be displayed on the GlobalLinker marketplace, you can enable it, and start showing it on GlobalLinker marketplace. That's it. Here are some other points which are there. There are some errors which guide you on how you can show your, what is missing over here. If there are any rejections which happen for whatever reason of verification, you will be intimated and you can see that. And it typically takes around 48 hours for verification. You can also access FAQs for more details about the GlobalLinker marketplace as well. The next place where you can actually plug, or instead of plugging, I would say upgrading your catalog, is you can convert your catalog into a fully fledged e-commerce store. So here is one, here are a couple of very good B2B websites which have been, where catalogs have been converted onto e-commerce stores, and on GlobalLinker as well. And I'll show them to you on the website too, so you can see it. So one is this into Sevisa, into beveling machines, women's bags, more into leather and leather accessories, and these are more about safety gloves, safety jackets, helmets, etc. You can see that the benefit of having an e-commerce store for a B2B website is, I'll show it to you, then we'll talk about it. So here is one, which we just saw. You can see this, that, it's a purely B2B website. Sometimes we think that as a B2B website, I may not require a website for myself. Why do I need it? But let's have a look at this. Say, for example, I'm a buyer sitting in Europe and I happen to come across this a particular product on this website, via Google search. So one of the benefits of being on e-commerce store is that I can do my own digital marketing for my store, and I can start showing my products up. It can start showing up in the first couple of pages of Google results. And I come across this page and I can directly send an inquiry. So, the time difference gets lost, as again, my catalog and my website is working 24/7 for me, and I want one product. And so I can write my message and I can send it. It'll ask me to verify myself. So I can either do that, I can log in or sign up and send my inquiry. Now, when you come in the morning or you start in the morning for your day, the next day, you have this inquiry ready with you with all buyer information, and you can start, taking the conversation ahead and convert this particular inquiry into a transaction and a sale for you. So the opportunity of creating an e-commerce store is great even for a B2B business. Not necessarily all B2B businesses have to only have a read-only catalog. Now, this website link is always available for anyone to access. I'll just chat it with you so that you can see. I can share it with anyone over here, and it becomes my own property, which I can access, which I keep for myself. So, I'm managing my own e-commerce store as well. So while I'm showing my catalog in the GlobalLinker marketplace, I have also upgraded my catalog into a e-commerce store. I have put banners. I have nicely put, a lot of navigation. My branding is there. People can you can also navigate through my this as well. I'll show you a couple of more examples of other businesses who have created, their own websites. So one is Polymers into medical grade rubber, etc. components. And here you can see all of these are great. Again, purely a B2B business and all inquiry products. Again, always available and visible. Only the management of this entire thing happens on the seller panel, which is the backend, which is only the same thing where you update your catalog as well. Here is another one, Himalayan Naturals, B2C, B2B as well, a combination where I can also purchase and I can, I can add blogs, some very beautiful banners. Think of this as you're creating an online branch of your organization. So how you create, maybe if you expand to a different city, you would create a store and you would make a nice office, or you would, have a nice storefront where you would put your shelving, create a nice entrance, etc. The same thing you would do over here as well. And you can, add it, or you can add to cart as well over here. Here's another example of a business which is into Swat products, Bikaneri papads and bhujiyas, some very famous, it's a GI product. They they created their online store because they wanted to focus their digital marketing exercises onto getting more distributorships across the country. That's what they were focusing on. They actually got that. So when you have your e-commerce store, the control of the entire store rests entirely on you. All of the efforts to make your store visible rests on you as well, on you only. Because if you don't do any effort to market your store, nobody would know about it. The managing of your store happens from GlobalLinker. The marketing, promotions of your store is up to you, and how much of SEO and digital marketing you would focus over here as well. So this entire success of managing and growing this e-commerce store would rest on you. And you have to decide whether you want to build an e-commerce store and run it as an online branch for your business. Or here is the same one which I showed you again, just briefly putting up over here. And here's a purely B2C business, which is, into planners, etc. So here is where I'm coming back to my PPT and showing you that having an e-commerce store, you need to factor for a couple of things again. We saw a couple of well-defined menu and navigation, attractive storefronts. So when a buyer comes to your store, he gets attracted by the pictures and the banners you have put across and the way you make it easy for the buyer to navigate through your store. You add relevant call to actions. Now, it depends upon your business strategy, whether you are offering sales, so then you would add to cart, or you only want inquiries and your business would only be, your CTAs would only be send inquiry or inquire now. If you're accepting payments, you need to ensure that your e-commerce store has a payment gateway and a logistics partner already enabled, and you have your business and your e-commerce compliances in place. Like, for example, if your e-commerce compliance, what I mean is you have your terms of use, privacy policy, your shipping returns policy, etc. All of that is in place. Business compliance, if you are into exports or you're looking to enter into exports, you are IC, you have your IC code, you are compliant to send in the countries you want to, you have the necessary certifications, etc. So that's just something which you would. Here is your checklist you need to ensure to have a good your e-commerce store up and running. One, you've already added your products to your catalog. The same catalog will be used over here and display. Then you visit your My Store under Sales Channels. There you select your theme, what is the layout of your store you want to show. You create the storefront, you add your policies, etc. You create your categories, your navigation, you add banners, and you map your products to these categories and navigation. You set up your payment gateway and your logistics, and you publish your store, and your store is up and running, and you can start using it to promote your store. You can optimize your store by doing certain things like digital marketing and SEO, as I mentioned. And you have certain tips which you can use so that you can, make sure that this. One great thing which I would like to add over here is, given that we focus on B2B a lot, on enabling a lot of B2B businesses, we have there's a feature where you can use a supply chain where you can actually get your distributors to come and place orders for you on your store. This helps free up a lot of time of your employees and even maybe of yourself as well, where distributors don't have to call you to place an order. So you can set your combination of credit limit, MOQs as per the distributor category you have set. And when they come onto your store, they will see that credit limit, MOQs, etc. And even the products which you want them to see, you can set all of that, especially for those distributors. And when they log into their account, they will see only those products that MOQ and credit limits applying to them. So do check it out. The next channel is ONDC. ONDC is something which we are all aware about, but maybe we are not very, very well versed with it because it's something which is it's widely pushed by the government of India. ONDC, the ONDC network, in brief, I'll tell you, will help you show your products in certain buyer apps. A couple of buyer apps, as an example, is say Paytm, the Paytm market, and there is My Store, My Mall, etc. They are all buyer apps where buyers would come and they would browse the way I would browse on different marketplaces. And if your products are on the ONDC network and you are supplying to a particular city where the buyer is buying, maybe your product can show up in that particular buyer app and the buyer can buy it. Today, ONDC supports B2C transactions. In future, it would also be opening up for B2B as well. If you are currently into B2C and you would like to list yourself onto the ONDC network in India, you can plug your catalog onto the ONDC channel as well. For that, again, the checklist is the benefit of being on ONDC is you are getting access to a market which you would normally not be able to do. Even if you have your own e-commerce store, every channel has its own benefits. Every channel will help you get access to a newer market, which maybe other markets would help you. So every channel will complement each other. You take it as in that way instead of saying that I need to be only in one place. In fact, one catalog is helping you get more access because it's getting you linked to different channels. You can think of it that way. How do I get myself listed onto the ONDC network? So you add your products to your catalog, you set up and publish your e-commerce store. So you need to set up your e-commerce store, enable a shipping provider, because shipping becomes important. If a purchase is made and you are servicing a particular logistical area, then a shipping area, then you need to enable that over here, and also a logistics partner so that we know, you're able to complete the shipping as well. Then you go to the enable ONDC and you update the ONDC setup requirement form, map products to your ONDC categories. So ONDC has its own set of categories where you'll have to map your products to. Then there's certain information you need to provide for ONDC. And after you do that, you can just enable it and your products will start showing on the ONDC network. We do not have control over how your products are displayed or where your products are displayed because that depends on the buyer apps. But one, yes, your products will start showing up on the ONDC channel and chances of getting orders are now open for you as well. Moving on to the next. As an exporter, FIO, the Federation of Import-Export Organization, has launched the Indian Business Portal. This is there since quite some time, where exporters from India get a platform to show their products over here, and a lot of buyers, which FIO recommends or is in connections with, this platform is is accessed by them, and if they are looking for any product or suppliers from India, then they search it on the Indian Business Portal. And again, chances are if they are looking for your products, it will show up in search. And maybe if your product information, etc., is all fine, you will get an inquiry. So the same catalog can start getting displayed on the Indian Business Portal. Again, you just need to you need to add products to your catalog, which you have already done. You need to set up your e-commerce store and set up your payments, etc. After that is done, you go to the Indian Business Portal on your seller homepage and you fill up the form. You need to have an IEC code for this because it's an exporter platform, and only exporters, for you to be an exporter, one of the mandatory requirements is for you to have an IEC in India. So you will have to verify your IEC and it goes for verification. Once your business profile, your products are verified, you start showing up on the Indian Business Portal as well. There are certain other requirements which you need to follow. I've mentioned it over here. You can have a look at it. Yeah. So we've come to the part where you can actually, understand how you can how can you get listed with using just one catalog onto different sales channels. And this amplifies your opportunities of getting leads or sales accordingly. What you need to now decide is sit back and decide exactly what are the channels you want to implement, and it is adding to your business strategy. Do you think you need to be a part of the ONDC network? Do you think you need to be a part of Indian Business Portal? So if you just write a matrix down that, GlobalLinker Marketplace, yes, no. ONDC, yes, no. Indian Business Portal, yes, no. So if you write like this, e-commerce store, yes, no, you know what your strategy is. It helps you start your strategy and get started with listing it. You may already have an e-commerce website. It's already yes, tick, done. So great. You are not on the Indian Business Portal and you need to be there. Then let's start getting that done. So, you know what path you're going to follow now. Here is your seller panel. The next part is how do I manage my catalog? This is just a visual of where you would be actually managing your catalog. So your seller panel is divided into three areas. One is where you can update your catalogs on the left over here, where you can update your catalog and view your orders and inquiries. Here you see your dashboard. A couple of information with respect to data is given here. Orders and inquiries are displayed here. And here under your catalog, you can manage your catalog over here, add your products, update your products, etc. If you convert your catalog into an e-commerce store, then here is where you see e-commerce store management related features. So you can run promotions, manage your customers, store settings, etc. Add plugins, etc. is also over there. Sales channels. So these are your sales channels over here, like My Store, which is your e-commerce store. Supply chain is what we spoke about, managing your distributors, your GlobalLinker marketplace. All of that gets displayed over here. You can start using that from here itself. I'll show you on live quickly how you will be able to access it if I have access to an account. Yeah, so this is a test account on GlobalLinker, which I have. I sign into my account and I come to the timeline, and on top I see the online store. When I click on my online store, I come to the seller panel, my seller panel, which I just showed the screenshot to you of. And here is where you can start accessing it. So here I see my orders and I can see my inquiries in case I'm B2B. If I'm taking orders and I've enabled for checkout, then I will see orders as well over here. My inquiries from my store, from the Indian Business Portal, from my store, show up over here. If you can see, these are all the inquiries I have received. Inquiries from the GlobalLinker marketplace are displayed over here. If I get it over here, we can just say so, and you can start chatting with your buyer directly over here as well, and they'll get notified. Make sure that in your store settings, you are adding your store information. I'm just showing it over here. I hope my screen continues to stay visible. Please, do say yes or no, so I know that. Okay, thank you very much, Manish. So in your store details, make sure that you have added the right information like your phone number, your email ID, etc., because that will help you, get notified of if you have received any inquiry. So that's very important. We've seen that if many people do not add this information, then even if there are inquiries coming in, they do not respond to the inquiry. So they say that we have not received any inquiries because you don't get intimated about it. So now I'm going back again. Yeah, so this was your seller panel where you can actually manage it. Just another way on how you can access it, which I just showed you. You access your timeline, you sign into your timeline, click on online store, and you would come to your seller panel over here. If you are also looking for products on, for your business, maybe you can try looking for them on GlobalLinker. You can look for them among the community as well, or you can look out for it in the marketplace. Coming back over here, so here you are on the GlobalLinker marketplace, and say if you're looking for bulbs. So this is something which you're looking, and it is, you need to procure these. Maybe you can look for your procurement requirements on the GlobalLinker marketplace. Second, I can come to the GlobalLinker platform over here and look for the same thing, specifically amongst my GlobalLinker community, because that's the community I'm a part of right now. I can look for it over here. And you can see these are the results I see over here. And I can use different filters to, I want to see verified businesses from, say, India or Sri Lanka, or whichever this, and industry if I'm looking for electrical bulbs and not agricultural related product bulbs, etc. So I can further filter my results and I can view them. So yeah, this was the next one. I'm back. There are a lot of resources that we help we are adding to and that are already there, that it can help you update your catalog, manage your catalog, and also guide you on how you can plug your catalog into these four different sales channels. One is Linker Store Assist. The second is webinars. A webinar like this is also conducted by my colleagues in the e-commerce team, which help you actually set up your catalog, help you get listed on ONDC network, which do a lot of training webinars on listing yourself on the Indian business portal, or even setting up your own e-commerce store. So if there's any help you require in any of these areas and you think you require somebody to tell you about it, then join these webinars, and these links are already available on the platform itself. Yeah, so this comes to the end of what I had to say. What I would like to leave you with is one, please, take a checklist for yourself as well. Do note down if any of these sales channel is something which you would like to be a part of. If any of these answers are yes, then you should start working towards it. But the first base is one, you're already on the GlobalLinker platform. To get inquiries on your profile, you should have a catalog. Second is, if you want to get listed on any of these channels, then start working towards it by meeting all of these checklists, which we have already shared with you. Now I'm opening this to, of the Q&As. We have a good 10-15 minutes for that. So please ask me your questions and I'll be happy to share them with you. I'm just opening the Q&A box now. Yeah, I'm just going back to the chat. Hold on. Ma'am, so Imran Sharif is asking, ma'am, can you please show step by step how to upload products to get orders? So Imran, what I will do is that, we actually have a separate webinar for that. And if I get that webinar, I'll just show you how you can access this. Let me know if this is visible again. Here. So in your GlobalLinker account, you come to resources and you click on events. And you will see all the events is there. I'm just seeing if there's an event which is there, which is a webinar by my colleague, which can you can join, and he definitely conducts webinars on how you can update your upload your catalog. I'm just looking for that. So Stars Cosmetics is also asking, how can you tell us how to prepare a catalog? So here I'm looking for some resources which I can share with you right now. If not possible, then I'll share it with you separately as well. Please leave your email ID or mobile number and have my team send it to you. Sorry, this is taking time. Anyway, I'll move to the next one. Um, So Rishabh is asking, what are the number of daily visits on GlobalLinker and where are the visits based on? If you have this data, it would be really helpful. So Rishabh, that's part of our analytics and we are trying to work on it. But what we focus on is what are the number of people who are creating their accounts on the GlobalLinker platform. So how many SMEs are joining us? Second is how many buyers are coming toward the GlobalLinker marketplace, because that is something which we are working on. Indian Business Portal is another one. ONDC network is something which which is managed by ONDC as well. E-commerce stores are managed by the SMEs themselves, and we do not, do any marketing efforts on e-commerce stores. So I hope that answers your question. And on daily visits and all, maybe we can get in touch with you separately if for this. Mihir Mystery, can we get information on for any product which we want to import? For that, if you would like to import, you can visit the FIO website. So FIO has a lot of information on their website about the products which one are good to import right now, which you should be, importing, etc. So all of that is available on the FIO website. So please go and visit that, and maybe you can, find the information over there. Here, so you can see over here, there are these learn how Indian exporters connect with foreign buyers on Indian Business Portal. Here, how to create a digital catalog for your business. I'm sending the link to this webinar for you right now, Stars Cosmetics and also Imran. You all can check this and register for this event. Yeah, please use this. I've sent it. Here's where you can also access them yourself. Just looking for some new question, from other questions. Nitin Gupta is asking where my category do not know how to add my category. So Nitin, it depends what you're doing. Again, what's your strategy? Are you looking to add it on ONDC, or are you looking to add it in GlobalLinker Marketplace, or you're looking to create your own e-commerce store? I'll just show you. So I go in my catalog. If my screen continues to be visible, please confirm. Okay, now I'm adding a product over here. So, by the way, I'm just showing one by one, but you can also add your products in bulk. So here you add your product name, and here you add a GlobalLinker Marketplace category. So, you can just write, if I'm to steel, I would just write here, and I would choose what I'm looking for. So I'm doing steel, rails, bars, etc. And ONDC category also gets added over here. I can add SEO information here. And once you link yourself on the ONDC network, you can add it over here. It will come up over here. You can add that. So it depends where you are looking to add your category, and you will have to add it accordingly. If you're doing it for your e-commerce store, then here you have your e-store category. So that's where you add it over here. You'll have to create your own category because it's your own e-store and do that. So I hope that answers your question. So Nitin Gupta is also asking one more question. If we list my product in GlobalLinker, my price is based on India. That depends on which market you want to place your products in. So if if you're addressing a European market, you can show your currency in USD as well. So that's up to you. You can show it in INR and USD or both as well. So Bhaik is asking, how do we find buyers for products in abroad countries? So I showed you already three channels which you can use. One of them, given you're looking for abroad, one, a GlobalLinker marketplace. Second is Indian business portal. Third is creating your own e-commerce store and focusing your digital marketing efforts to the countries where you want to focus and export to. So I hope that answers your question as well. Nitin Gupta is asking, my product is not listing on GlobalLinker, how to add? So, Nitin, like I mentioned in my Q&A, in GlobalLinker marketplace, there would be errors, etc., which would be displayed to you if your product is not, meeting the requirements. So I can see in my own product list, all of these are there. So I've not added categories. I may have not added something over here. So incorrect or missing category, insufficient images. So please go through this and you will come to know what is missing over here so that your products are not showing or showing. The ones which show would not have this exclamation mark on it. Manish is asking how many clicks from foreign buyer on portal. So if you come to the Indian business portal, again, given these are numbers, we would be keeping this to ourselves. But yeah, there are this is promoted by FIO as well and us also. So there are buyers coming in, their leads also openly displayed over there. You can also apply over here as well. Nitin, if you have any specific questions, I would encourage you to send us an email as well, so I can have my team connect with you and help you out. Prabhu, if we get a small order from overseas, what are the logistics partner available to send them? Prabhu, you have two options. You can use our own integrated logistics partners, which we have empaneled with. The logistics will be entirely managed by you. GlobalLinker just helps you manage the transaction, but you own the transaction. You will have to make sure you get your logistics provider. You choose your logistics provider, select the pricing, etc., and close on it and make sure that the product is shipped to the end buyer. So whether the order is small or large, selecting and choosing and managing the entire transportation payment would rest on you as a seller and the buyer as well. Bhaik, I already answered this question about how do we find buyers for our products abroad. Nikhil Verma, can services be added as well, as we are a service provider company? Nikhil, currently we focus on product-based this, but however, the structure is made in a way where services can also be accommodated. But if there are any specific customizations which are required by services companies, maybe we may not be able to address that today. Thanks, Prabhu. I'm just coming to the chat box now, though, see if there are any more questions. One moment. So Mihir is asking, are all listed suppliers verified? So very good question. So one is, there is a base level verification we encourage all our SMEs to do, is we try to tell them to provide their legal document to ensure that they are verified on it. I'll show you how a verified business looks like. Coming onto the home page. So you see this green tick mark over here. This green tick indicates that this person has given some legal document and it's a legally operating business. That is what you can gauge by getting this, by seeing this. Now I'll just move down over here, and if you see this, and I will see his profile, for example, I'm just clicking on his profile. Here, you can see that this has been GST verified and it's a verified business. In India, GST is one of the primary verifications there. Since we are addressing a global audience in this webinar, I'm just addressing accordingly. uh, you can see that's a GST verified business. However, other checks, and you need to exercise the right amount of checks from your side to make sure that you are getting, before you get into the transaction, to ensure that there is no, to make sure that you are get the transaction you're entering into is completely going fine. The entire responsibility continues to rest on you. We try our best to provide as much of trust we can to you. And one of the measures we are doing is this, the providing this to you. If you see this mark, means it's a verified business. Another way you see a mark, if it's a FIO registered business, then it's registered with FIO. But however, that would not indicate that you will get 100% successful transaction. You have to ensure that you are exercising enough of measures to and of caution when you are conversing with a new buyer. I hope that answers your question. Kavita is asking, what are the charges for listing? There are no charges for listing in any of these four areas currently. But if you want to use certain features which are premium, those are paid for. So, they are mentioned over there as well. So you can move to a higher tier and access those features like auto currency switcher. So, somebody mentioned that I would like to show different currencies over there. So that's a premium feature. So it's a paid for feature. Maybe you might want to use that. So in that case, you'll have to upgrade to a higher plan for this. Then Imran is saying I had listed my products, but it's showing some red color mark. I think I already showed this to you, you know, specifically for the GlobalLinker marketplace. Mm. Rajat Desai, can you get technical support to create e-commerce? If you're looking for it, do send your details and we'll review and see if we can provide it to you. We provide it very selectively. But if you say share your information, I can have my team have a word with you, and if it works out, we can, explore this. Um, how to add products on GlobalLinker. So, like I said, I've shared a link to a webinar on how you can add your products on GlobalLinker and actually manage your catalog. So that's more not only about adding, but managing your full catalog. So do be a part of that webinar so it can help you. This is Kutuk Gangwala. Vijay Srinivasan. Hi, ma'am. We have a linker store. Kindly let me know how to showcase your product on GlobalLinker website. I did provide the checklist over here on how you can do that. So you will get a recording of the webinar since you have registered for it, and you can, join that and view it. I think we had any more questions I may have missed. How can I find customers of auto parts products? So again, once you have listed your products, you can actually look for buyers in different industries, different SMEs who could be consuming your products. And here is one way to do so. I'm going to, again, on your own account in the timeline, you can click on connections and you click on add connections over here. So if you are into auto parts, maybe there are people in the logistics space that would be using your products. In India, if you're looking for another country, I'm just moving this to India. I'm letting it be India right now, removing the country. And the industry I'm selecting is, say, logistics or supply chain and packaging. So here you would see all the SMEs which are there on GlobalLink are getting filtered, and maybe you can start getting in touch with them. You can review their profiles. If you think there's an opportunity for you to connect with them and start a conversation, send them a connection request and you can start connecting with them. So here is where you can actually network with the 450,000 SME community on GlobalLinker. Mihir Mystery saying my IC number is invalid. Says website while updating profile. Mihir, if you can, I know I'll have my team check it. So if you can send an email to us, I would have my team look into it with the details, your IC code. I'm sending the email ID where you can send the mail to, and I'll have my team look into it. Bhavik is also saying that while registering It says my IC certificate is invalid. Please send your account details and your IC code on by email. We'll have a check with our team and get back to you. Alpesh, I think I've replied to you. I've shown you how you can do it. I'm also sending this link over here where you all can, log in and check and visit this page so that you all can access this directly. Is there any other question you would like to ask? Just looking in Q&A. Prabhu is saying if I'm listing different kind of products, each one not related, that's advisable. That again, Prabhu, depends upon your business strategy, how you would like to, present your business and project your business. If you're able to do that well, you can. It's up to you. You can do it. Otherwise, you can register it as a different business. If you're operating it as a different business, you can register a different company account and add your products there. It's just that you would be managing two different accounts, which becomes a little difficult. Bhavik, we did speak about this. Yeah. Do you have any more questions on how anything else? Imran Sharif, how to change currency from INR to USD? I cannot change it. Just drop us an email over here. I'll have my team help you out. I'm not sure myself. There should be a way you go to the store settings, and I think you can do it. You come here in store settings and store details, and here is where you should be able to update your currency. Here. But take note that you'll have to update the pricing of each because it will not convert the pricing automatically. Okay. So I think we've come to the end of our Q&A session also. If you have any other questions, you all can reach out to us at our customer ID. And it's been a pleasure connecting with you. If you have any other questions, and I wish you all the best. And I hope you take this as a learning and helps you strategize what your business is, how do you want to take your business forward on GlobalLinker. Take care and all the best. Goodbye.